Wretched quest.
God.
Wretched quest.
Okay, good.
For your money.
I never got the what's in the quest, did you? I've done interviews with him. I did an interview in Scotland at G8.
And wretched quest.
It sounds like Richard under the influence.
I'm kidding. Can you have what? John?
Me, the other guy? Yeah, I actually have a voice.
Say more than 2 or 3 words, please.
Is it working? How's that? Is it sounding good?
You panicked when I did that. You panicked, didn't you? A little bit.
Yeah. Confident from the last hour. Very confident.
How far away are we, guys? We'd like to separate it like... Oh shit! Okay. Shit.
Whoa!
Don't
step on that.
Do you want to separate it by one? Yeah, just give us 2 seconds. Give us 2 seconds.
Whoa! Touch anything.
I know it. Alright, I know there's some power issues here. Welcome to you. Let's see what it's like. Do us still separate it?
That's very good.
Good? Okay. Alright, guys. Hopefully the lights will stay on. Let's do it.
Oh, were you talking to us? I'm sorry. You know, you're cutting out like crazy because we lost some electricity. I apologize. You want to start again? We'll answer it right, I promise.
For the duration? For the duration?
I have to tell you, for the first time since I've been here, and I've been here, this is my 4th time, there's a real excitement here. There's a feeling that a new nation is going to be formed, and it's inevitable, and I think they're very excited about it. Well, the idea we had was to be one of many tools used to monitor specifically troop movements and humanitarian issues along the border where it's really disputed and where the real danger lies, up near ABA and places like that. The truth is you can't get cameras in there. The UN can't fly over. No one's watching that area, and it affords the North oftentimes for plausible deniability. They could say that these are just rebel activities when we know that rebels don't fly planes and drive tanks. So our job now is, and it's just starting up, we're just starting to get the first images tonight, is to get actual footage of tanks or planes or helicopters or troop movements so that we're able to continue to keep people honest and up to date on what's going on over there. The lighting, which was many of the same players, in particular from the North. And then as this referendum came into play, and we started to understand that there was going to be an election, a vote, not an election, to separate, understanding all the things that that the North has done in general, considering Darfur being one, and the North-South War, which cost about 2.5 million lives, we felt that there was a really good possibility that the same kind of thing could happen here, and a lot of experts felt the same way. Of course it gets shot up again. In fact, there's always a very good possibility of that. There have been really tremendous steps forward even since October, since we were here in October. The fact that there's a referendum at all, which no one thought would happen, is a testament to the skill of not just the government of South Sudan, who's gotten their act together, but the UN has been very helpful along the way. But the truth of the matter is, there's so many ways that this can fall apart. As you know, this is a nation being born, and there are a lot of problems with that, and can go very wrong. But I have great faith in the people here, and I think that there is a very good possibility of this going very well.
the idea is to try to prevent human rights abuses before they occur by shining a spotlight on the places, on the locations along the border between the North and the South, where the possibility exists that if there is conflict, if there is a crisis that will erupt, it'll be in those places. And the idea is if we can put a spotlight on those areas and ensure that photography, that satellite imagery 24 or 48 hours after the fact can be beamed around the world, if there is large-scale troop movements, if there are movements of tanks, if there are other kinds of provocative actions or offensive actions, if those can be broadcast around the world, perhaps it will have a deterrent value. So our goal with the Satellite Sentinel project is deterrence and ultimately accountability.
Remembering also, I just want to put in that the UN isn't allowed to, they can't do what we're doing. They have laws against it. The United States can't do these kind of things. We're individuals, so we can hire satellites and take pictures like people can hire satellites and take pictures of me. So it seemed like it made sense to us. Well, who knows? I mean, obviously, it's one of many tools we're trying to use. Did we have pictures of Darfur? Yes, we did after the fact, after everyone was killed. And there was plausible deniability by the government of the North Sudan, by the government of Khartoum. They could say, well, these are rebel fighters. Well, if we have photographs of tanks and helicopters lined up on the border and thousands of troops lined up on the border, it's going to be very hard for you to say that that's rebel attacks if afterwards there's a big fight. So yes, they weren't necessarily effective, and yes, we did have photographs, but all of those were after the fact, not before.